Good Wednesday morning. Hope you are doing well this morning. Let's see how I'm doing. Let's get comments up so I can see who's joining me. And I'm not sure even what that is. Oh, we don't want the interview, I don't think. Let me know if you can hear me. I am using a new lapel mic, hoping that the audio is better. Going to check that I am live where I'm supposed to be. Let's see, Facebook. I see myself there. So as you join me, please say hello. I'm also going to go check out YouTube. I have a little harder time figuring out where I'm supposed to find it on here. There we go. I do see that I'm live. I'm going to click on it and see what happens. Say hello. Please say hello and let me know if you can hear me okay. All right. I am going to get back to my main screen, I think. There we go. All right. Welcome to Story and Sketch with Pamela. This is a series that I did. I think I started it back in 21, around April and May, and I started doing it on a weekly basis along with the Make It Monday series. And I also had a Feel Good Friday, I think is what I called it. And I am starting those up again. So on Mondays, when I do the Make It Monday, I will be creating a 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. So I did that this past Monday. Hey, Lisa, thank you. Can you hear me okay? I am sporting a new, it's over here somewhere, lapel mic, so maybe the audio is better than it has been. So anyhow, so today is the Story and Sketch, where I show you how to create an 8.5 by 11 page using a sketch, and I'm sharing a story. I started this little album. I was going to see if I had them in here, but I don't. I'll have to share them next time, but I have two 8.5 by 11 albums that I created with that during that time period. And those are some of my favorite pages because they're fairly easy to make. I can do a little bit more technique because it's just one page. And then I can share a story. I can use flip flaps if I want to add some extra pictures and maybe hidden journaling. So it turned out to be one of my favorite projects that I've done in a long time. So that's what I'm doing today. And then Friday, I plan on going live again at 10 a.m., but I think I will focus Fridays more on cards. So maybe fun folds, just techniques and fun things to do on a smaller palette. So we're kind of going from large to small throughout the week is kind of my plan. And then I get to share a little bit of the fun that I'm having with creating cards as well. And I'll show you today how I'm going to use a card to inspire me for my page today. All right, so with that said, I'm going to jump over to my desk. Here we go. And share with you some of the products that I'm going to be using today from the new 2024-2025 Stampin' Up catalog. Let me flip over to page 38 and 39. So this is the To Market Suite collection. You can see here, you can get all of these items shown on this page for that price right up there, the $56.50. And then you can purchase them all individually. There is just a stamp set, the Market Goodness, and then you have the dies over here. So you can buy these separately, or you can buy them as a bundle, I believe. It's going to look and see if, yes, the Market Goodness bundle. So you get these two items for $36, the stamps and the dies. And then they have these real pretty transparent adhesive back dots. And then the paper collection right here, which I'm going to show you. It's hiding under here. I'm going to show you the paper real quick so you see it. You get 2 sheets of each pattern. So this is front and back, front and back, front and back, so forth. So there's a total of 12 designs, but so you get 12 sheets total, I believe is how, yeah, 2 of each one of these. So lots and lots of paper. I've already created a card workshop with it, and I still have a full or a half a pack of paper left plus scraps, and I wanted to share that with you too. And I've got a fly, of course. So just ignore that and I'll take care of it in a little bit if I need to. Okay, so that's what I'm using right now. The colors that are featured in this collection are Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, Garden Green, Blackberry Bliss, and Pecan Pie. So I am going to, at the end of my creating, I'll share more about my craft along card class that I am doing. But for now, I just wanted to share this one particular card that I will use as inspiration. So all the cards out of this card class were inspired by mystery stamping projects that I believe we did during a team online convention a couple of weeks ago, which was so fun and amazing. Really helps with my creativity doing the mystery stamping. They give you the measurements for the paper, and then you can kind of go from there. And they usually show a technique. So there's lots of technique in this class as well. So this particular card, we did a paper weave, and I was considering doing that some on my page today as well. So I don't know that this one I didn't do anything on the inside, but could totally take some scraps and put that on the inside. So there's my inspiration for today. Today's page is going to be all about gardening. So that's what this one is really good about. There are florals like bouquets and flowers in the paper collection. In the stamp set, you see there's some lettuce, onions, radishes, carrots, tomatoes. We've got For You, Bursting with Happiness, Thanks a Bunch, and Hello. So this is really more geared toward card making, but I'm going to use it for scrapbooking because we have a garden right outside, and we've been producing zucchini and squash and tons of cilantro. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. We have spinach that I love to put in my omelets in the morning. And then we have a sunflower. I think only one of the sunflower seeds came up, but it's going to be massive. And then the melons that my husband planted are probably going to take over the garden. And we have some tomatoes that are coming up here pretty quick. So I'll be able to use that in a scrapbook page soon as well. All right, so I do have the stamps and the dies. So when I get my collection of products, I'm putting a magnetic 5x7 sheet inside the cover. So it's adhered on there, and then I transfer my dies over here as long as they fit. Some have 2 sheets, so they don't all fit in here, but this one worked perfectly. And then I transfer my stamps right onto the carrier, the holder right there. So We'll be using that today. I'm going to set that aside. Put that here so I remember to share about that. And then I will probably use this Stylish Shapes dies right here. I can do some, maybe a title, some journaling of some sort, maybe some circles in there. So I might do that. And then I've just got the products. I've got some linen thread. There are those adhesive back dots for embellishing. Always got to embellish the pages or the project, whatever it is. I'll be using these two stamp pads, the garden green with the pumpkin pie. And here's some scraps that I had left over from my card workshop. So I pulled those in so I could use those first before digging into my the other half of the paper packet. So I was going to kind of show you, I've got quite a bit, and this isn't all the scraps. These are just the pieces of paper that I plan on using today. So the designs, so right there are primarily what I'll be using because that coordinates with the card. Okay, so I'm going to set those over here. Got my scraps of white I can do. I think I'm going to have to, because that's only 8 inches, I've got to cut 8.5 by 11 white card base. I did pull out some memory protectors because I think I'll be using, these are 3 by 4. Speaking of that, I have my photos sitting over there. I got to grab, so I may have to walk around. But let me share with you real quick the paper collection that I have left over in here. And then we'll see what, I have some other paper scraps there. I might do, I have these out because I might do a little bit of blending with the inks. All right, so how fun is this? Not something I would have normally thought to purchase, but considering that this is the first year we've had a well-producing garden, it was perfect because I knew I could scrapbook. I've been taking photos every couple of days of the garden to see its progress. And we've been having a lot of fun with that. All right, so I'm going to flip it around this way. I don't know if it's upside down or not, but okay, so there's the front, there's the back. So you can see you can use it for, if you're not crazy about the vegetables, you've got florals back here. And I've created a couple of cards that you would never know that had anything to do with gardening necessarily. So there's that. Of course, that coordinates beautifully with this pattern. And again, this Blackberry Bliss is so pretty. The paper, the cardstock, love it. So you've got that. Flip it over, and there's that wood grain. Everybody's got to have some wood grain. We have a whole paper collection of wood grain. That's awesome. There's some more florals. So I created a card with that, and then it's got that. We'll be using this pattern today, but even just like that coordinates beautifully right there. There's those bouquet of flowers that I talked about. So think the farm market, and back in 2020, I started ordering, I think it was on a weekly, maybe a monthly basis. I can't remember now. I have to go back and see, from a local farm, because, you know, it was hard to get eggs and milk and vegetables and things like that. So they delivered to the house at first, and then I went and picked it up eventually and did that for, I think, at least a year, maybe almost 2 years. But we even had an opportunity to buy flower bouquets from another, through the farm network. We were able to get flowers during the fall. It was really neat. Yeah, that was one of the best experiences out of that whole season. All right, and then this is the other color that I'll be using, or the other pattern. So I love that plaid. This is garden green, and there's a whole thing of tomatoes. So I'm hoping that our tomato plants will look like this very soon. So we'll see, and then I'll be doing a scrapbook page on that. And real pretty small print garden green as well pattern. It's beautiful. And then this is a really fun page. I was going to mention on this one right here, you can do, you could fussy cut these out if you didn't want to just use it as a background. And I did that on my cards. I fussy cut some of the flowers out. Same thing here. You can fussy cut these out and use them on all kinds of projects. This will be super awesome for the farmer's market. And then there is that Blackberry Bliss plaid. So lots of great patterns. It really is a wonderful and versatile collection. One more thing I wanted to share is that you can actually use the dies to cut out these images. At least I know you can do the lettuce, the carrots, the tomatoes, maybe the onion, and I'm not sure about the I think that's a turnip, not 100% sure, but there we have that. So it's awesome. So let's get started on our page. Let me grab, I think I'm going to have to open up my pack of, I've been saving this. I have this full pack of Close to My Heart White Daisy. It was bulk, and I so wish that I had purchased more of it, but I do believe that we are going to, I know it's for sale through Stampin Up, the White Daisy in a 24 pack. I don't know if we'll get the opportunity to buy it in bulk again, but it would really be awesome because I go through this like crazy. So we just need one sheet of that. I have scraps, but I've got to cut this down to 8.5 by 11 since that's the page that we're doing. Let me get my trimmer out. So I didn't pre-cut everything for this, so you're going to kind of see me work through the process today. So 8.5. So this is the Close to My Heart trimmer, which is identical to the Stampin' Up trimmer, but this white piece right here is the embosser or the stylus, and then this is your cutting blade. So 8.5 by 11. Haven't made an 8.5 by 11 page in a while, so but I'm excited. I was really looking forward to doing this. All right, I think I'm going to bring in my Versamat. I love, love, love our Versamats. We had it Close to My Heart, so I'm going to bring that in, see if I can get it centered. I think that's about right. And I think I'm pretty straight. Might be, yeah, good enough. All right, I shared on Monday that I like to use these glue dots. So I'm going to put one right back here in this corner, one in this corner. I usually stick it right to the Versamat on a 12 by 12, but since I'm not sure where this is going to go, it's going to go right about there, right in the center. Okay. So I hope everyone's week has been going well. I can see comments, so feel free to ask questions or let me know if you've ever had a garden before. I would love to know that. All right, so I can't really show the actual sketches to you. I guess maybe I can as long as I don't show measurements. So I printed some off. I did one from the Creative Design team. They have an 8.5 by 11 book. So I can share at least the design here, and I'm just doing one page, so I'm thinking I'll do something similar to this over here because this would look great as the basket weave. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to work off of. And I also had an actual 8.5 by 11 one-page sketch from Allison Davis. I don't want to show that one though because I don't think they care for you to show the whole thing because they are for purchase. All right. So let's get busy. I'm just going to follow along with, so I've got kind of give you an idea. I'll kind of lay out some paper here and then we'll cut it to size. So I can do kind of like a basket weave down here is kind of what I'm thinking. And then let me grab my photos. So we have those as place cards. And just if you weren't on right in the beginning, I do have a new lapel mic. So let me know if you hear like static or any problem with it, because I tested it out last night. So these are my photos. And so I tried to position it so that it wouldn't be a problem. All right, so there's Jeff. Last week, we found this gigantic zucchini. So, we try to pick them when they're probably, 8 or so inches. But some of them surprise us and grow like overnight, seriously. So this one he found, and the story behind this was really cute because he was like, all right, get ready, take this picture. Because we had just talked about recently how fishermen's, they put the fish out way far in front of them so the fish looks bigger. Okay, so that's what he was doing with this zucchini. But it really was huge. It was bigger than my foot. I think I took a photograph of it laying by my foot, and then we also weighed it, and it was like this one zucchini was like 3.5 pounds. So they're super dense and they're so good. So I used this one. I'm not sure what I did with this one because this was like a week and a half ago. It didn't even, I think I just cooked it, steamed it with salt, pepper, and butter. But I couldn't even fit the whole thing in the normal pan that I have. And then we just used one. We found another one over the weekend, and I used it in our chicken tortilla soup. So it was awesome. All right, so I'm going to cut these apart. One thing about when I do the 2 on a 4x6, so this is a 3x4, I don't know that I'll ever figure it out, but for some reason it shifts over just a teeny bit, and I don't get a true 3x4 photo, which is a little bit frustrating. So I'm going to cut this one. This one over here is always just a little bit, it's like it almost like in between, I'd say more like 3 1/16. But I'm going to go right down the center first. So I've got them both here. And so I end up trimming them down a little bit smaller than 3x4, just so I'll have a little bit of a border. I can do like a white, oops, I used the wrong blade, didn't I? And let me put it up a little bit higher. So I'll do like 2 7/8 maybe. And I hate to cut off much more right there, but I guess I will. Because I zoomed in enough, I don't want to cut his head off necessarily. But I might do like a 1/16 of an inch down here and a 1/16 of an inch up here. That'll work. And then let's see, we've got this one. We have a little bit more room to work with it on this one. So I will make sure. I think I got it cut okay there. And then we'll go down this way at 3 7/8, I believe is what I'm cutting it at. All right, so I'll have a little bit of a white border. So let's go ahead and cut mats for that. So this piece is right at 4 inches. So I can do 3 and 3. And then you'll see that. So whether I think I'm going to put these in flip flaps. So there, I have just a little bit of a white border that I can layer that onto, and it'll fit right into my 3x4 flip-flaps. And I could also, don't have to do the flip-flaps. I could do it like this too. So I haven't totally decided on that. All right, let's go ahead while I'm at this juncture. We'll do some Stampin' Seal and get those mats. So I don't know. I know Lisa's not that far from me, and it's probably even more humid where she's at, but I'm feeling it today. We've had so much rain, and hadn't had any rain in a few days, but I'm feeling the humidity today. In my hometown, I saw a Facebook post yesterday that they got up to 111 yesterday, and they're just 2.5, little over 2 hours away from us here to the west. I have a little bit of glue there. I think, there we go. Okay, so got the photos ready so we can set those aside for the moment. And then let me get so to do the paper weave, I think I'm going to cut this a little bit, just a tiny bit longer, maybe a 1/4 inch longer. So 8 3/4 inches. I don't want it to go up super high, maybe like 1/3 of the page. I'm going to look at some of my other pieces real quick before I cut all this. So I've got this piece and this piece I could probably use. Again, I'm trying to use my scraps first. So what do we got here before I cut? I've got a 9.5 inch. That's a 9. So I think I'll do them at 9, and I can just cut off this excess. So it's nice to go over the base first. And then this one, I'm also trying to see which way my grain is going. All right, so we're going to do 9 inches, which is this one. So I'm going to trim this one down, and it's 1 inch, which is perfect, I think, for the paper weaving. We'll see how far we're going to go up. Okay, there's that one, and then I'm guessing this is 2 inches, so I can get 2 pieces out of this one. Going this way, 1 inch. So let me know if you have done any 8.5 by 11 scrapbook pages. Love to know that. I think they were fairly popular way back in the day, but maybe not as much now. I mean, there's all kinds of sizes now, I guess, but all right. So what did I say this one was? This was, okay, I'm going to cut off a little bit of this one. So it's just all the same width. And I need, let me get an idea of how many I need. I'll set that aside. Don't need that anytime soon. Okay, if I'm going to paper weave, let's see how high I want to go up. If I go up one more, that'll be about 1/3, I'm guessing. So I'm going to do 1 more inch. Haven't seen anyone comment yet from Facebook. So hopefully it's all working. All right, so there's that. And then, so that's going to be 4 inches. So I want to probably cut about 4.5 inches. And that's going to go this way. All right. Whoops. And then, so we'll cut 4.5. And I didn't even do that on purpose, y'all, but that is 4.5 is half of 9. So I'm cutting this in half. So that worked out perfect. Okay, so it's going to go this way. And I'm going to do 1 inch on these two. 1 inch, 1 inch. When I originally tried to do my card, I was using pecan pie cardstock. And then I found the wood grain. I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect for a basket. So, and I'm going to have to go all the way across, I think. I'm going to have to do all of this, I believe. So, have y'all ever done any type of paper weaving on your projects? I know I have at some point over the years. I just don't recollect exactly what it was on. Okay, for the moment, I can put that aside because we just need to build this part up. Before I do that, let me look at my pattern. So then we'll have quite a bit of white space, maybe some circles going in the background with some of the patterns. I think I'm going to do the basket. So just to kind of give you an idea. So I want to do the full basket over here, probably over down in here in this corner. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with my title. So if you have any suggestions on titles, I was thinking it was this big, or, you know, some fishing terminology, since that was kind of the joke, the story. It was this big. So, okay, so I think what I want to do, trying to remember kind of how, I can't trim off anything, so I might tack, I think I'm going to do a little bit of seal right on my Versamat. Let's see if this works. Probably should have used the, I'm going to put my fingers on it so it's not quite as tacky and I'll be able to pull it off. So I'm just using that right at the moment to tack things down. So I think I'll start with, now I'm trying to remember how they taught us, how she showed us how to do it. Because we'll paper weave, so I probably want to leave one end loose. That'll probably make it simpler. So we'll focus on this end and leave this a little bit looser. Okay. I want them to butt up against each other for the most part. Then I'll have to go in and put some adhesive under here, but can't do that quite yet. So we'll have to come like all the way over here. So give me a minute while I think about this. Let's see which. So see how cute that's going to be once we go all the way across. So I don't have to go all the way to the edge. I will end up doing it like that. So we'll trim that off. Okay, let me think how, like, the best way to get it all adhered on here would be probably to do something like this. Let me I'm going to put some right down the center there, and we'll see what this does. Okay, did I go under and over, under and over? Yeah. Once I get it going, it'll go a lot quicker. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to, I just need to line it up. So just bear with me for a minute. Sure everything's, once I get this first one done, we'll be good. Okay, it's stuck down there. That's my only issue, is right there. Okay. I may have to go through and trim right there. So, all right. So that's how we're going to do it. And then this one's got to go over and under, right? I think so. Okay. And then we'll try to, you kind of want it butted up. I don't know if we have to have it. Not really. So I may just kind of do like 1/4 of an inch. But I need to make sure that I'm lined up with that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. So that'll help that stay in place. This one can wiggle a little bit. And I can tape this down right there. And this. All right. Once we're done with this part, the rest of it'll come together pretty quickly. Okay. But look at that. Isn't that cute already? All right. Whoops. I'm not used to the Stampin' Seal. So under, over, and under. And I think I'm going to want to try to keep 1/4 inch. I think I like that better with a little bit wider. So 1/4 inch in between is what I'm going for. Okay. Yeah, we got it going. Over, under, right? Okay, and under. Just hope I don't have any white pieces. Okay, 1/4 inch. And then just lining up right up in here. Okay, I think it's going to work good. All right. So that's my main technique this time is the paper weaving, which I learned with the mystery stamping projects that we've been doing during a lot of our team meetings. Like I said, it's been very inspirational. So I've even been thinking about how can I incorporate some of the fun folds that I'm learning with the cards into my scrapbooking. So that'll be something that I'm sure I'll come up with. I'll be sharing soon. All right, so what's cool about this, I'm not going to have to trim this. I can actually put like a piece of something right there, a piece of paper to cardstock to help conceal that. So that'll work out just fine. And then we got one last one. We'll be done with this part. And I'm going to have to tack that down and this. And then maybe some of, I think all that's good. Okay, I think we're good. I'm so excited how that turned out. All right, so I'm gonna lift this up so I can clean my mat a little bit. If I can find my rub and remove, I'm not sure. There it is, hiding. It's gonna take me a minute to clean that mess off. I wonder if, oh, I'm just going to try and see. I think the rubbing removal might work better. So I really only needed it on this side. I may have to switch out my mats and clean this later. It'll all come off, but I'm not sure where my other mat is, but never fear, I have an extra one. I actually have like a brand new one. So pretty. When they did the closeout, I made sure I grabbed an extra couple of Versamats so I would have them because I love them so much. All right, I think that's centered for the most part. Okay. So we've got this paper weaving about a third-ish of the page. I'm going to take some bigger scissors and just flip it over and trim off all this excess. Just following the white daisy. Okay. So again, this is the same technique that I created on my card that I learned through our mystery stamping projects at our online convention a couple of weeks ago. I think it was an all-day Saturday. I have lost track of all the stuff that has been going on since transitioning over to Stampin' Up. The closure of Close to My Heart. All right, there we go. So fun. Don't think I'll be keeping any of these pieces. I could use a little bit. I love little pieces like that to make little banners and things, but I can't keep all the scraps. I have lots and lots of scraps. All right, so I still have my temporary dots on back there. So I just had a few. I did pretty good on my count. So I have a few extra left over for something else later. All right, photos. They have the photos going straight, mostly centered. I'm not sure that, I'm trying to decide, I kind of like to position them like that sometimes. I don't know if I want them high or low yet, so because we've got some things we can build upon right here. I'm going to keep my card, I think, over here so we can kind of see it. So first I want to get those pieces cut. I got to find what pattern paper. I should have some other scraps around here somewhere. Give me a second. They're hiding because I need the vegetable paper. I forgot about that. I don't think that's on the back of what I had left over for creating. Don't think so. What is the back of this? Those are the flowers. All right, so I've got a lot of scraps right here I can work with. And that is, I may have to bust out my full sheets. Maybe not. Okay, so there's that. What was that pattern again? That was those pretty flowers. All right, so I need to cut out a few veggies. So let's do that. I'm going to move that out of the way. Bring in my cute little boho blue, I think is the name of this one. This is the mini one, and it's actually 10% off right now. It's like 50 something dollars. Along with the big one, it's 10% off too. So I forgot to look for sure, but that bundle for Market Goodness may be 10% off as well. All right, these are the plates that come with it. You have one for like dry embossing. I think this one is for the dry embossing, but I'm going to use it today because it worked best. Seemed to be the easiest. This is the original one. It says use with thin dies. Then this one over here says use with standard embossing folder, and this one used with 3D embossing folders. So I just ordered some of these out of the new online exclusives that demonstrators were able to order at 1 a.m. this morning. So I was up. Yeah, I set my alarm to get up just to place an order. So I wanted to make sure I got that Lake Life close to my heart exclusive items. So I only missed out on one thing. I'm kind of hoping that it'll show back up once they figure out quantities. The dies, the wood grain dies, I think they were, but I missed out on those. All right, so I need some, I'm just going to follow along with this right here. So I'm going to do a thing of lettuce, 2 carrots, so these are the dies, the tomatoes, and there is for the radish, maybe it's radishes, radish and onion. Okay, and then I'll fussy cut out the little basket. So I think that's all I need out of that. But we have to get a little strategic with cutting these out. So I'm glad I'm doing this so that you can see it. So this is my cutting plate. I've used both sides of it some already. You want to keep one of your cutting plates clear and free, clean, I guess. And then I figured out that I watched a couple of videos to see how to use this because there's a little bit of a learning curve. So what I think I'll do, I may can get most of what I need out of here. I'm going to have to do another carrot out of there, I think. So let's just see what we can, okay, so I need to build it upon this. I'll kind of put it up here so y'all can see. I do need some, I just got this, I've been trying to use, I think it's kind of a double adhesive one, but I keep the one side on, I don't expose it. So I've been using that to tack down my pieces. All right, we've got tomatoes. So check out how this, you can just line it up on your paper. I'm going to do it kind of like right over here, I guess. Just trying to keep it in position. Okay, and then I think this is about 3.5 inches wide. Yeah, 3.5 inches wide. So that's how small your paper has to be. All right, so I'm going to see if I can, what I can get out of this, just out of this one piece. Okay. And then we've got, so there's actually different ones. I think this goes better with the red, with the radish, the red radish. And then we can do some carrots, a bunch of carrots. And you just have to kind of maneuver it a little bit to see where it sets properly. And I think I'll have to fix that. I think I can maybe get my lettuce too. The dies won't touch. So let me get that back in position. And then I think that'll work. Then I think I'll only need one carrot after I do this one. All right. My tomatoes are not wanting to stay where they're supposed to. My adhesive, my tape may not be. Give me a second while I position that. All right, see if I can get this done. Okay, so that's the bottom. Then we have the base plate. And I think I learned it worked best when these did not match up. So bring this one down, and then this one can lay on top, kind of matching up with that one at the top. And then we'll put it in, see if it, yay, that one, it worked. There's no other type of adjustments that you can make on this machine. So it all has to do with the plates, the different plates. All right, so see how those just fell out of there? Isn't that so cool? A lot of Stampin' Up's dies and papers work that way. So we'll put that there. So I was still off just a tiny bit there, but I'm not going to worry about it. I didn't have to fussy cut it, so I'm happy. Same with that. All right, so I just need one more carrot. And then I just save that tape for another use. There's the carrot I need. Don't know if I'll need any more of these. Let me stick them back where they belong. Oh, okay, I have to grab that one because I think I just threw it in the trash. Or I'm going to forget, or it fell in the trash. All right, some of these others I wanted to share real quick. I could not figure out what this was, and I hadn't cut it yet, but it's actually like the stems to create a bouquet. And then you can put the little, I did use the little bow to put like on the basket, but you can put it on the, right down here when you cut it, and then put the flowers hanging out there and do a bunch of flowers if you want. Some of their dies are so intricate that, yeah, my tomatoes fell in the trash. Okay, so that's what you have left out of that paper. I would probably like trim it out to where at least I keep that little piece. I can use it as like a banner, dovetail it or something. These, we'll see if I can use these at all. I'm not sure. I can't get the carrots out of that one. I can get some more tomatoes. All right, I'm going to have to cut this paper down just a tiny bit, but I'm going to just do this one right over here. So I'm going to cut that off and just cut off what I need. Just thought the little basket looked cute with 2 carrots coming out of it. All right, so let's see. Get that. You can use washi tape to hold these down. I have a bunch of washi tape I don't use anymore. I use that sometimes. Once you figure out how to maneuver this little machine, it works fabulously. I was a little frustrated with it at first, but like right now I've got these flipped over different ways. And they do recommend that you like flip these. If they start to warp a little bit, then you flip it over, flip it around. So just a couple of tips. You can Google or check YouTube for, I'm going to need this again before so I'm not going to put it up yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the circles that I want. I just got to decide what I want for what paper I want to use. So there's the dies. Let's put those there. Bring in my other items over here and get to them better. So I want to use scraps. All right, so my card, I need to bring in these two patterns right here. So we want some of that, maybe a circle with that. And let me find my green paper is over here. So let's figure out that as well. I think I need at least 3 circles. So same thing with my thin cuts or my dies. I have a magnetic sheet. It is adhesive backed, but I just leave the backing on there to put in so I can keep these in the sleeves because I do not like the tape, the cardboard with the tape. All right, so there's my dies. Let me see if I can, is this really big one too big for this? Nope, it'll just fit. All right, just gonna have to have my paper the right size. So I'll have to cut a little bit. All right, since this paper right here is heavier than this one, so I'll probably go down, I'll probably use it down toward the bottom. And that's what that's what I'll do. So it's going to be like a medium-sized circle. Then I think I'm going to do a big one out of this paper because it'll be up toward the top. So let's look and good morning. We'll do a 3.5 inch and see if that will work. Okay, for that one. This one's already cut. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit shorter. And then one smaller one maybe. So that we'll do that one. It's going to be big. This one will be medium. Put them over here. And maybe one smaller one. I think I'll do this tiny one. And trying to decide what color I want to do it. There's another pattern I want to come in. Maybe I could just do the green and it'll be hidden a little bit. So the green will go to the top, and I think I'll do that. I can use this other piece. I don't think that's big enough. Not quite wide enough, so we'll just do that. Okay, got that figured out. There's some other embellishments. Again, I think we've got to have a title up at the top too, so that may primarily be my... All right, so just line that up. You can use some of this if you want to keep it in place so it doesn't move around on you too much. I'll be excited when all of this is super familiar and I'm just cranking everything out as fast as I can. All right, I'm moving things around a little bit. But still having a little bit of that learning curve. Okay, so we got that. Then we will do, oh, and what's cool about this particular die is that it does like a little dots around the inside circle, and then it does stitching around the outside circle. So I could use that on a card. And I actually kind of use that technique in my card workshop. All right, so we'll do So same thing, you could push it up, way up here if you wanted to, but if you kind of center it, at least top, bottom, and two sides, or top and two sides, you can actually use, sorry about that, hit my lapel mic. All right, so again, you want to kind of bring that down. Don't want them all to be the same length. And it just seems to go into the machine easier. That's the trick that I found works best and alleviates the frustration. Okay, so see, I can use, I was off a little bit centered so I could trim off just a tiny bit, but I could use that right there. All right, so we've got those two and then one more tiny one. That one I'm not going to worry too much about. That's where I want it, is on that plate. Doesn't really matter how far back you go, just so it can, whoops, maybe it does. Just a minute. Everything got kind of cattywampus there. Let's see if that works. This one's not wanting to go this time. That's where it's a little tricky. There we go, I think. I don't know why this one's not wanting to go. Okay. I don't know. I just wanted to slide all over the place that time. All right, so there's our three little pieces. I think we will be done for the moment, possibly with that. I'm going to move it out over here. I got stuff everywhere now. And bring this back in. So these are our pieces. I still have to fussy cut a basket. So let me find my basket paper. I don't remember what everything is on. I think that is on the purple. So I do end up using quite a bit of these. Okay. Let's just flip it over and see. I need a full basket. So I think I'm going to have to cut it right out of the center there. Okay. So we'll just, I'm just going to cut like this. These two are cute. They're all cute. You could use all of them in some form or fashion on your projects. I just want this one. So you might dedicate one of the sheets to the baskets and then the other sheet to that pretty pattern. So all I got to do now, this is an easy fussy cut. Remember, there is no die for this particular one. I like to leave a little bit of white around just to help it pop off whatever I'm putting it on. And then I don't have to be super precise on my cutting. All right, so those are my pieces. So let's kind of lay things out, see how things are coming together. This one's actually going to come off the page a little bit. The smaller one is hiding back behind the photos, maybe over here. And then I think we'll have this one. It's actually not overlapping down here, but I might bring it down here because I gotta find my photos. Still trying to decide if I want to do, I think I want to do two photos. I think I want to do, yeah, I think I want to kind of off center them like that a little bit. Maybe have this down here. I can do my basket of vegetables right here. My title will be right up here. And then I can do some journaling maybe in strips right down here. So I think that'll fill up the page really well. I may have to figure out some couple more embellishments, pull out some more, maybe cut out some more veggies or something to go up here. Not 100% sure on that yet, but let's get to it. All right, so I know I want to put this back here. Let me think about doing a little sponging. Not sure if I need that or not. Maybe orange, and I think I will, just very lightly. Just like to add a little bit of technique. All right, and this is where this will be fun to use my glass mat. So these are super wet. So I'm going to do a little bit of sponging coming off the page over here. I'll have to clean up my Versamat a little bit. So I won't have to bring pumpkin pie paper over here necessarily, but I'll have a little bit of color poking out over here. Just keep it simple. And I'm going to just go ahead and adhere this. I don't want too much bulk, so these will be popped up some. This will just kind of be in the background. So I think maybe right about there. Okay. I need to see what I've got going on right here. There we go. Now it's kind of green on green, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I will put that right there so it's right in here. This one's taking way longer than I thought it would, so my apologies. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of these. Kind of do them just kind of how I have them pictured in the card. I do like to just cut some of these so they're a little bit smaller. I'm going to put that away before I make a mess. There we go. I'm going to wipe that up. All right, so all of that's down. I need to put this down. I'm going to actually cut this in half, this particular one, so I can go the length of the carrot. And we can go, remember the basket's going to be on top of this. I like that you'll be able to see a little bit of the circle, but I'm covering up a lot of it. It appears. I'm just going to take these off because I already cut them. This one I just need at the top because I'm going to overlap the one that's already there. So I'm going to have to put it down a little bit more. So and this, and where is my, I did my radish, didn't I? I can't find it though. I've somehow misplaced my radish. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just put this. I'll tuck it in later if I find it. So I'm going to do it over here. In my basket. It's going to be like that. So I'll put some down at the bottom. See how many, I need one more to cut it. Right in here. All right, then I'm going to put a little bit of green, garden green. So that's going to be right around there. This is going to be over here. So I'll do a little bit of garden green, like right up in here. And I might pull some down here. I'm not sure yet. That may take care of the triangle, the green right there. All right. This can go down. And a little bit is going off the page that I will trim off. And then I'll do this one. Same thing. I'll let it go off the page a little bit. And we'll trim off here in a few minutes. Then I can pop this up. Let me move a little bit of so if I want to try to tuck those under and do them a little bit higher, or maybe like this. Still trying to decide. Maybe like this. I think I could do it. I don't know. I think I need the zucchini separated. All right. I'm going to commit to this, I think. And then we'll have room for a title. We'll have some room for journaling. And I don't know that I need to pop those up. So there's things I'm looking for as I'm covering up the page. Like I love to see Jeff's hands right here, both his hands. This one, I don't see both of them. I do like to see that. I don't want to pop it up because then I can and tuck it up under there. So I guess I'll do that because that'll give a little bit of dimension. So I hope I'm still live. I hope that y'all can hear me fine, because I never have seen any more comments come through. But let me let's see. Yes. Oh, okay. All right, and then this one up a little bit higher, tucked under there, overlapping just a little bit, just like that. I feel like I need to bring a little bit of this paper down. I have some scraps, so I may tuck some right under here, but a smaller sliver of it. Let me see what I have scrap wise. I think I want to use this. It actually has some scoring in it already. I think I got some on my finger. Got to be careful with that. Alrighty. Clean up before I make a big mess. Trimmer was on the back of that one. Just looking to see if I have a scrap before I thought I had a big one, but like a long piece of this. We'll just use what, I'm just going to cut it like right here because I don't need a lot. I'm going to tack this down just a smidge and do, actually I did it on the wrong side. Okay, so I peeled that off. Let's try this again. So I just need a sliver, 1/4 of an inch. That tape just helps keep it in place. I usually like to keep these an hour long. This one's going extra long, so my apologies. I may have to cut out, speed it up. So I'm going to do this right here. Okay. I could cut even more off. And that just brings that pattern kind of in that, we're always thinking triangles. I'm going to grab. So it's very small, but it's just enough. It's subtle. Okay, I think I do need, I don't know what I'm going to do about my title. Yes, I do. You have to wait just a minute. I didn't even think about this earlier, but I should have a few different, I don't know if I can find them all, but I know I have these. Don't think I want to bring in, do I? I like the wood grain. I probably have some of these in different colors, letters. I could spell something out. Don't think I want to bring in black, but let's look and see. Maybe I will just for a pop. Can't spell a big title, but I've got, I could do, it was this big, I could do big. So let me pop some of these out and see. Again, I don't know that I want to bring black in yet. It might be cute. Big G. But I also have the wood grain, or it could just be something a little bit more generic. My title could be. Let's see what I've got. There's days. Maybe. Let me get all the pieces. I was thinking stamping, but I've got words to make like life. I don't think I have the, yeah, I do. I have the D. Days. Every day. Happy. I can do happy. Happy memories. Kind of like that. Sweet memories. The best. It could just be the best. What do y'all think? Thanks, Cassandra. I was like, everybody left because I'm taking so long. I was like, oh, it won't take that long. It's just 8.5 by 11, so I won't pre-cut. Next time I'll pre-cut. I have a better idea. So what do you think? What was that? That was the best. Maybe I'll just do the best. And then my journaling will have in the, could be the best memories. That may be too much. Let's see. Let's lay some stuff out and see. And I might can cut 1 or 2 more veggies to put up here. Kind of liking the idea of the best memories, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know what happened to the S right there. I remember that when I was doing this previously, I don't remember what it was I lost, but it was like right on the picture and I couldn't see the comments and people were trying to tell me, it's right there, it's right there. Okay, the best, I think I'm going to do that. And that'll just make it easy. The best memories. That's kind of what my 8.5 by 11 albums pages that I'm doing are about anyways. They're all single pages. Oops, I don't know why I put that over there. And they're about specific memories, just everyday memories that I want to preserve. All right, I think that's going to look cute. I think that'll work. And then if I bring in a carrot or 2 or something, don't need a lot. What do you think? Yes, the best memories are made in the garden. Perfect. All right, let's draw a simple line. Or I'm not sure I can find my T ruler. I'm not sure where it's run off to. Jeff's been stealing all my rulers while I to measure his his zucchini. We haven't got a lot of squash. He's going to die if he knows I said that. Okay, so I think I will start it. Let me put this down and see where. Maybe I'll go off center a little bit on this side. And then over here. Thank you, Cassandra. You just made my day with the title. I can finish it off in my journaling. Let me just see that that's how I like it. I think so. Maybe I should bring it down a little bit more. Maybe can't really overlap it but I can bring it down a little bit closer to the photos, I think. All right, so I think I'm going to draw a line right there. I'll do it this way instead. Just a light line so I can follow it. I'll erase it. Okay. This is where this will come in handy. I love these little things I found on Amazon. Okay, I'm going to start back here. Probably need to do it with my right hand. I'm really going to mess it up. So far, they haven't clogged. Okay, so close to the edge, but not right to the edge. Okay, this is turning out. I was a little freaked out a little while ago because I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to do for my title. It is taking forever, but oh well. What's nice is that I really don't have to worry about it so much, just if anyone wants to sit through it all, because I don't have to edit anything. So if you got nothing better to do than to sit and watch, or need some, I don't know if it's entertaining or not. All right, how am I doing? Okay, memories. Make sure I'm spelling it right. And I think it's pretty straight. Yep, nobody's allowed to. I think I gave my daughter her own pair of the nonstick, and I do have a pair hiding. I did get one extra pair during closeout before they disappeared forever. All right, hope that wasn't too much wood grain. I think with the journaling down here, it'll break it up a little bit so it won't look so wood grain filled. But okay, so I think I got those on there good. I'll erase pencil lines here in a little bit, but once everything's dry and secure. All right, and then let me push these up and figure out where I want them. I think that's too close. I don't know, that might be okay. Now I'm gonna go, I think I only need it to go about right there. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna start on this side this time. And we'll start right up here. That's gonna, yeah, I think you're gonna be able to see it fine. Okay. So Cassandra, since I am assuming you're still here, have y'all ever done a garden before? I know I have tons of pictures I can do of our attempts over the years, but then I talked earlier about the farmer's market or the farm that we, kind of the co-op that we did during 2020 and a year or two afterwards. And then they ended up stopping that part and just doing the farmer's market. I need to go visit the farmer's market. I think it's usually on Thursdays here. See if they're there still and what's all going on. But we have been several times, so I have photos. I have lots and lots of different photos when you really think about it of how to use this paper. And as you can see, minus those, you can use this paper for anything. I gotta look and see exactly what time it is. I have a, speaking of groceries or food, you may have to go pick up my curbside, Bevan. I was like, I better look and see what time I'm almost done. So, but now that I'm thinking about it, I thought, oh, I have no problem going to pick it up. Let me see what time it's supposed to be picked up. Day, can't remember. 12 to 12:30. We're good. All right. So that looks much better. Let me get back to where I was looking. And I need to get a better white eraser. Because that's I'll work on that later. Get that removed. Just a few more minutes. Why? Oh, go ahead and get ice. It'll be fine. It's going to get loud for a second. So. All right, I'm looking for more veggies. I keep forgetting what paper it's on. But I think I've used most of it. There we go. There it is. There's that. That's not one of them. I think some tomatoes would be cute up there. Maybe behind a thing of lettuce. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to fussy cut it out. That one and this one right up here. It's just easier for the moment. Let's just get it done. And this also shows you that you don't have to have the dies if you don't have a die machine, though they are 10% off right now, FYI. So I want to say that Bohemian or the Boho Blue was, what was it? I think it was $63 maybe. And then 10% off of that, $6.30. So brings it down to 50 something, upper 50s. And then the big one, I think I saw last night, it was like 115. So regular, maybe 139-ish. Okay, so see, you can just fussy cut these out. These might take a tiny bit longer just because the little edges. So kids are home today. Bevan's off work. So she was looking forward to just hanging out, slept in. She's been working hard this summer already. And of course, running around with her boyfriend and some girlfriends. This is our second week of summer. So I decided, to try to keep a schedule. We're going to have a pretty laid back summer, I think. So I figured this would be a good time to get my series of Make It Monday along with the story and sketch going again, so that when school starts up in the fall, I'll kind of have a plan of action, and then I can schedule things around that. That's what I did back in 21 and 22. And then I guess just life got kind of crazy. I don't know why. I think I got more involved with Saint, and so that's why I think I stopped doing that. All right. So last little bit, my journaling will come later. I'll show it in the final. I think that's kind of where it needs to be. I'm going to put this flat and kind of overlap that, so that kind of brings that together. And then this one I will pop up. Add some of those. I might do just a tiny bit of jute, or the linen thread, I think is what it is. I don't know if y'all have been able to hear the cat in the background. We do have kittens that have been kind of all over the place. I think they're about 5 weeks old now. And I had one, Pumpkin is his name. He's a yellow, I don't know if you call him yellow tabby cat. So, all right, so I think just kind of like that. Best memories are made in the garden. That's going to go down here. Thank you so much for that, Cassandra. That's perfect. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to have some cleaning up to do. Some adhesive, it looks like. And then, of course, I'm going to have to go through here and get my pencil lines all erased. You know, sometimes this rub and remove eraser just works fine. Is that the, no, I thought the cat was over here. The mama cat, Noelle. She's the one making noises in the background. All right. Then let's see in this, oh, here we go. We got this going on over here. I think I might just put, because I like the texture, I'm going to do like double it up here and just make a bow to stick on the basket. I think that should be enough. Here's something I want to do. I like doing this with my twine. I like to put a knot. Maybe. Whoa. Don't think I really did that the way I wanted to, but that'll work. Let's see. No, let me fix it. Sorry. I'm to the point now, it's like I've gone so long, does it really matter anymore? Where is my, I got a knot in one of them. I wanted to knot them together, but I may not be able to. How about we just do this then? The dog is now wanting me to let her in. So she's right back here scratching on the door. Okay, there's those. So we'll start on this end. So I've got knots. They're not knotted together, but they're individual knots. That works too, because it just is cute. Okay. So then it means I have to figure out how to do this side over here too. About the same length. I'm just making this more difficult than it has to be today. Feels kind of like a Monday. lady. You're just going to have to wait. Okay. There's that one. One more. Just kind of have to finagle it so that they're about the same. There we go. They're close. Not exactly. They don't have to be exactly, but okay. Some dots. So I'll come back with my journaling about our gigantic zucchini that weighed over 3.5 pounds. Then we just had another one. We didn't weigh it, but very similar to that size over the weekend. This was a couple of weeks ago. All right. So I think that just added a little extra texture to the page. And these are passport pockets that I found on, I have trouble getting this particular one out though. All right, what colors did I used the purple. We'll add a little bit more purple in here. So we got a purple here, so that seems appropriate. There's large and small. I think I'll do it like that. Oh, I still got to trim off that, right? And that's the last part that I have to do. I think I'll do right there. I'm supposed to be using my pick a tool or whatever it is. But I'm going with what okay, do I want it up there or down here? Decisions. I think I want it up here. Okay. I may have to come back with some of these little bitty flowers later, but those are really difficult. Okay, so there is I didn't do any of the pumpkin cardstock. I might come back in and do a little bit, but there is something similar card to a scrapbook page. And let me cut those little pieces off. The circles right here. And then I'll do my journaling and I'll share this with you in a post, the finished page. If you hung with me for any portion of this, thank you very much. I won't allow it to go as long next time. I'll be a little bit more prepared. Kind of thought I was, but I wasn't. Okay, so there we have it. I really love how it turned out. So I may add a few more odds and ends of things before I share my photo. But one thing I did want to do maybe real quick, maybe not, because I have the biggest mess over here now and can't seem to find anything. There they are. So I shared about my craft along I'm doing on June 29th, and it includes this card along with 3 more. So this is just a standard fold card. You'll learn how to do the paper weaving. This is a fun fold card, and see how I used that. Not sure if I'm going to keep it that way for the actual class, but this is one of the samples that I made. But I will do this. Watch this. Ta-da! So it's a fun fold card. So I actually used the piece from there on the inside. And then this was another one for you. Fun one. The technique was just like a panel card. I did decorate the inside of that just a tiny bit. And then another fun fold card that opens up like this. So how cool is that? I'm having so much fun with these fun folds that I'm learning. So this is what you'll get, all the pre-cut pieces, except you'll get a full paper packet of the To Market DSP with cutting dimensions on those. I think I ended up only using like a 6x6 piece to create all these cards. So you'll have lots of paper left over. Could make multiple cards if you wanted to, but I'll provide all the cardstock, these die cuts right here, I forget what they're called, shape something dies. And so that one like that, but you'll have to cut out these pieces right here or modify if you choose not to purchase the bundle, the stamps and the dies. But all of this cardstock will be cut for you. All right. Thank you for joining me for Story and Sketch. And I will finish up my page with any last little bits and share that with you on Instagram along with Facebook. Y'all have a great Wednesday, and I'll see y'all Friday, hopefully. Bye.